by just me, the Chthonic priest. Today we'll be talking about Lady Hekate. She is the goddess of crossroads, liminal spaces, necromancy, witchcraft, and poisonous plants. So, who is she? Well, like most Greek theoi, it's fucking complicated. There's too many accounts of who she is, so there's too many things that we can kind of grasp from to know, ayo, who is this woman? But according to Hesiod's theology, Hecate is the only daughter of the Titans Perseus, the Titans of Destruction, and Asteria, the Titan of Fallen Stars and Night Division, making her a third generation Titan. She is one of the only few Titans who are still held power or control after the Titan War. Or she is the daughter of Zeus and Asteria, according to, I'm gonna fuck this name up. I am so sorry. Musonius, an Athens philosopher, or she's the daughter of Nyx, and even by some accounts, the daughter of Demeter. But we're gonna go off the account that she's the daughter of Asteria and Perseus. Not Perseus. Perseus. I said that correct. So taking off of those, you can see that she takes more after her mom, falling over, like I said, the ruling of necromancy, night, the restless dead, occults, liminal spaces, and the moon. But not the moon in itself, more so the darker aspects. A lot of people tend to get her confused with Titan Selene, which is the actual personification of the moon. So let's not confuse her with her, because they are different people. So, Hecate's iconography. Where do we see her? Her earliest appearance in literature would be Hesiod's theology. In the 18th century, Hecate will be depicted as a maiden holding either one or two torches accompanied by dogs and snakes. The earliest known statue of her was found in Athens. It's a small terracotta statue that is very generic in looks. The only reason we know that it was meant for Hecate is that her name's written at the underside of it. A philosopher, or correction, no, a writer by the name of, once again, I am totally going to fuck this up, Pausanias, said that a sculptor by the name of Achaemenes was the first to depict Hecate as a hekatikon, if I'm pronouncing that correct, which is a three-figured statue that has a pillar in the middle, and on all three corners, it will be Hecate facing there. Typically, these Hecates will be depicted holding torches, daggers, keys, sometimes serpents. Now, while the works of Alcamenes have been lost to the sands of time, sadly, we do have thousands of copies, which is why we know how it's depicted. Typically, these statues will be found out the side of crossroad shrines, three-way crossroads to be specific. They love the number three, as you can clearly tell. They'll be placed in front of homes and sometimes in front of temples. These were believed to be used as a representation of spiritual protection. Think of it of how we used ADT signs to say, "Ayo thieves, I live here, my house is protected, so fuck off, don't come up in here." Pretty much it was used the same way, but for the restless dead. So I'm saying "Ayo, dead people, fuck off, go back to your grave, don't be dead around me." From the Roman poet Ovidius, this quote comes from, "Look at Hecate standing guard at the crossroads, one face looking in each direction." So like I said earlier, she'll be found at shrines. She'll be found dead smack in the middle, quietly like the quote said, each face facing a different direction to stand guard from the dead coming down each path. So the Greek mostly depicted Hecate as three-stepping beings, but it did eventually evolve to become just one goddess with three faces. Low-key kind of weird, not gonna lie, but hey, the gods do what they gotta do. Such examples would be in the Greek magical papyri. Hecate was depicted as having the head of a dog, a serpent, and a horse. Other accounts show her with the head of a ox or a boar. The mythos. Where can we find her in written literature? Like I said earlier, there's a lot of accounts from her, but she doesn't have her own myths. So she only kind of pops up in little like what is that word? Fuck. Cameos. She only makes little cameos here and there. So a great few would be the Titans' War, as I said before, the rape of Persephone, the birth of Zeus, and the Giantometry. We're gonna give a really quick, brief rundown of a few. I say brief, but truthfully, these are gonna be very long. So, starting off with a little family tree of the gods in general. That way we can kind of know who's who. We're going to start off with Chaos. Chaos is the void. He is nothingness. He's the primal deity of nothingness. So before anything existed, it was just nothing but darkness. Well, no, correction. Not darkness. It was nothing. AKA Chaos. Who gives birth to Gaia and her 4 siblings. She proceeds to give birth to Uranus, the titan of the sky. By the way, Gaia is the primordial deity of Earth. My bad, I didn't say that. But she gives birth to Uranus and his siblings. Uranus then goes around and says, "Hey yo, mama, you look kind of sexy. Let's fuck." So they fuck. Gaia they fuck and they create the Hecatricians, the Cyclops. Honestly, like I said, I'm going to pronounce these names so wrong. I don't speak Greek. And honestly, I suck at speaking English. But they create the Titans, the first generation Titans, the Cyclops, and the monsters of the world. Namely, the Titan Kronos and Rhea are the ones we're going to be focusing on. Kronos being the Titan of the harvest, and Rhea the Titan of fertility. They go bang bang, and they make our first generation of our gods, the 12 Olympians. Even though they're not really Olympians, so I'm going to use the word gods in replacement of Olympians, because Hades, my boy, isn't really a god. I mean, he's not an Olympian. He's a chthonic deity because he's never able to visit like the above world at all. He's not able to visit Mount Olympus, which, if you ask me, is really fucked up. But we'll go over that mythos like we'll go over it in my next corner, maybe. Maybe we won't. We'll see. But they give birth to them. So in order, they give birth to Hestia, Hades, Demeter, Poseidon, Hera, and Zeus. I love how I only roll certain R's. It's completely random. If you listen in closely, you'll catch it. Now we have the family tree. We can get to the wars. So, Uranus lies with Gaia, like I said, creates the monsters, and he's like, "Hey yo, all these children ugly as fuck. I'ma hide them inside of you, Gaia." So he goes, he buries all of his kids deep within one of the caves in Gaia. Gaia, sad as fuck, is like, "Hey yo, I miss my children. It ain't right. Why are they locked up?" So she goes down to her children, and she's like, "Who wants to rebel and kill their daddy?" And all of them bitches are like, "Fuck no. I am scared of that dude. He is scary. He is quite literally the god of the sky. Like, he is our king. He's our father. That man is scary." But Kronos was like, "Mama, take me. I'll do it. Hand me the sickle. I'll cut off this dude's balls." And that's exactly what they did. They went around and chopped off this man's balls. And they threw his balls and his dick into the ocean. And that is where Aphrodite sprang from. But we're not going over Aphrodite. We're going over Hekate. So we're not going to focus on her. So, Kronos, afterwards, Uranus is like, "How dare y'all chop off my balls? Fuck you, Kronos." He doesn't say fuck you, Gaia. He just says fuck you, Kronos. "May your children do you have done me. May your children dethrone you as you have dethroned me. I have done nothing but love you. Despite locking you into a cave, I have done nothing but love you. So fuck you." Kronos goes on to proceed to make love with his sister wife, Rhea. But this entire time, he's terrified of this curse. He's like, "No, my power, it's fading." But so he tells her, whatever children you give birth to, head them on over. I'm swallowing them whole. Honestly, though, he should just told Rhea to, swallow some kids. Look, it could have been a lot easier. But he tells her, give me your children. I'm gonna swallow them whole. I ain't gonna I'm gonna be in power forever. So, she gives birth to Hestia. Gulp, she gets swallowed. Gives birth to Hades. Gulp, swallowed. So on and so on. So Demeter, Poseidon, Hera, gulped. She lastly has Zeus. Now, this is where Hekate may or may not come into play. It depends on who you're looking at. So some accounts say that Hekate, well, not some accounts, it doesn't say it, is depicted on a frieze in the Temple of Laginia. Once again, I'm going to be fucking up all of these names. I'm an American and I can barely speak English. But, so, it's where it's found. You can see where Rhea is depicted on the left-hand side, giving birth to Zeus, with all of her servants around her, banging on these drums, just doom, 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 doom. Trying to cover up this whining-ass child, because Zeus is over there just going, sorry for all headphone listeners if that was loud. But so, and then on the right side of it, you see Kronos just standing there, and you see Hekate with a swaddled stone, handing it over to him. But some other accounts just say it was Rhea who gave him the stone. That's pretty much about it. Going down sometimes, Rhea gives Zeus over to some nymphs. They raise him up. Zeus receives a potion from the nymphs, go back to Mount Olympus, disguised as a servant, gives the potion to his papa. Papa drinks it. Papa pukes up all his kids in reverse order. So, coming out, it'll be Zeus as the oldest, then Hera, Poseidon, Demeter, my boy Hades, and then lastly Hestia, which is why she's referred to as the first and the last. She was born first and then born last. So, with the help of his siblings, Zeus goes on and starts the Titan War. He goes ahead and says, okay, I'm fulfilling the prophecy. I'm taking power. I'm big boss. Fuck this Titan bullshit. It's me and my boys, the gods. So, they take down everyone fighting. Some Titans do, some Titans don't. Some Titans fight with the gods. Some are saying, nope, we're Titans, so we gotta be Titans. Hekate is one of the ones who fought with the gods, which is why she kept her powers, as seen here in historiotheology. Hekate, whom Zeus, the son of Kronos, honored above all, he gave her splendid gifts to share of the earth, the unfruitful sea, and she received honor also in starry heavens, and is honored exceedingly by the deathless gods. For as many as were born of Gaia and Uranus, amongst these she had due portion. The son of Kronos did her no wrong, nor took anything from her that was of her portion amongst the former. But she holds, as division was of the first of the beginning, privilege both in earth and in heaven and in sea. Also, because she is the only child, the goddess received nothing but less honor, but much more still, for Zeus honors her. I'm gonna just say this. I hate how, the old writing ways sounds of that. That shit is so confusing. I'm sorry. And I know it's mostly just because of translations and shit gets lost in translating. But that's trash. That was hard as fuck to read. But going on to the rape of Persephone. This is my favorite mythos because it has both my boy Hades, has my girl Hekate, and it has the lovely Persephone in it. So, Hekate makes another appearance in here later on. We're just going to give a quick little brief rundown of the rape of Persephone. So, Hades, he sees Cor. Cor would be the name of Persephone before she gets married. So more of her infantile, kind of younger, little oh, I'm not married. It's her name that her mother Demeter used for her. So Hades sees her and he's like, ooh, she mad fine. So he goes to her dad slash his brother Zeus, and says, "Hey yo, big bro, she mad fine. Can I marry her?" And Zeus is like, "Yeah, go for it." So he's like, "Hell yeah!" And not Zeus, Hades goes and he pretty much sees her just chilling in the meadows, and he says, "Bet, this my prime optimal chance. Let me go grab this girl." So he goes and he just pops out from the underworld, grabs her back in. He's only like above Earth for I think like 2.5 seconds. Man made that shit quick. And Persephone gets out a quick little yelp, just like a ah! You know, she screams because she's got kidnapped. Who the hell ain't gonna be screaming? And Hekate hears this. Only two people hear this: Hekate and Helios, the Titan of the Sun. I believe he's a Titan. He may be a god, but I believe he's a Titan. Ah, yep. It says it right here in my notes. Helios, the Titan of the Sun. I have that right. Look at me. So, Demeter, time passes. Demeter's like, okay, where's Core? Where my baby girl at? She starts to panic. So she roams the earth for 9 days. Within these 9 days, she cannot find her. And so on the 10th day, Hekate sees Demeter searching and is like, "Hey, yo, I kind of heard a scream from over here, but I don't know who it was. Let's go ask Helios to see if he may know." So they go to Helios, and Helios says, "Yeah, Hades snatched that girl. He snatched her up real quick. Mm-hmm. If I would have blinked, I would have missed it. But lucky enough for you, I was watching, because Helios is a fucking chimosa. I'm sorry, but the man loves the gossip. I'm sorry. If you are the Titan of the Sun and people are saying, "Hey, yo, let me go over to him because he probably sees everything because he's in the sky." Boy, you fucking nosy as shit, okay? Mind it in your own damn business. Like, damn. But you know, who am I to judge? I am no one but a mere mortal. Hopefully I don't get smited out here. But so they look for her, and Hekate helps Demeter search. So they're like, okay, let's go down to the underworld. Let's go look around. They see her down there, and they're like, "Hades, give me back my girl." And Hades is like, "Nope, she's a mine. We are married now." And she's like, "Yes, mama, I's married now." Well, truly, it depends. Some accounts say that Persephone actually wanted to be down there with him. Some says that she just kind of grew to fall in love with him. It really depends on what you're looking at. But she's like, "I's married now, mama." And so they go up to Zeus, and she's like, "Zeus, give me back my daughter. Go make that little boy down there give me back my daughter, because I ain't with this shit." So Zeus is like, she's married, there ain't nothing I can do with it, she's stuck down there. So Demeter, pissed off, is like, okay, famine for the world, cold winters for the world, okay, fuck this shit. And so, ain't nothing growing, everybody's dying off, like, we as people are dying off. And so, all the gods are like, "Hey, yo, where the fuck are the humans at? Where's my worshippers? I feel like I'm fading away. I'm dying. There's no one here to give me praise." So they all go to Zeus and it's like, get Demeter, get this bitch to stop doing this shit. We need we need the humans to be alive. I can't be dying. I can't be out here not being worshipped. I'm so used to being, uplifted. So Zeus goes to Demeter, and it's like, "Demeter, stop it." And she's like, "I'll only stop it if you give me my fucking child." So he goes to Hades, and he's like, "Hades, listen, boy, you gotta give her back. Listen, I know you don't really care because ain't nobody worshiping you because we did you dirty, but the rest of us want some worshipers, so you gotta give Core back." And he's like, "Fuck, fine, but I don't be sleazy about it." And he goes over to Persephone. He's like, "Persephone, baby girl, here goes a pomegranate. Before you go back to your mom's, here's a pomegranate as a parting gift." And she's like, "Oh my god, thank you." And she eats about 6 seeds. Now, if you know anything about the underworld, if you were to eat something down there, you are stuck living down there forever. You cannot leave the underworld if you eat down there. So, Core basically fucked herself over, or by some accounts, she willingly did it, and she ate 6 seeds. meaning 6 months on Earth with her mother, Demeter, and 6 months in Hell with her lover, Hades. So that's why we have those. That's why we have seasons, winter and summer, precisely. And winter and summer because during winter, Persephone is with her lover Hades, my boy, and Demeter is big girl sad. She's depressy. She's espresso. She's depressed. Okay, I can't remember the meme. She's depressed. Okay, the girl, big girl sad. She crying, big girl tears. Like she really going through it, and that's why we all freeze over. So you know, the first day of fall was just past, I think, last week. So Hecate and Hades have just now got back with their girl Persephone and Demeter big sad again. So it's gonna start getting cold here, especially down here in Texas, where we get a week where hell freezes over. That ain't gonna be fun. Rituals. How do we honor our girl Hecate? Well, I like to honor Hecate through Depnion. Depnion is well, technically speaking, it is three separate days, which is like Depnion. Where is it? Depnion, Pneumonia, and Athgos. Yeah. So Depnon, Pneumonia, and Athgos. But I just say all 3 days are Depnon because it's just easier that way. So it's pretty much Depnon stands for dinner. So it's Hecate's dinner. It is on the darkest phase of the moon. So when the moon is not visible in the sky, that's when Depnon starts, and it lasts all the way until the first sliver of the silver moon is shown. So Depnon, you're just pretty much making a big girl offering. I personally like to offer a big girl chalice of wine, some eggs, some garlic, some honey, some cake, or some freshly baked breads. I love doing baked goods, so it's the best way to show appreciation for your gods. Bake them something, and then pretty much I just leave it outside at a three-way crossroad, such as your driveway, or you can actually go to both crossroads wherever you find one. Most people leave it in the driveway, like I said. I leave it at my front door because it is the entryway for my door itself. It leads my front door breaks off into two different paths, so leave it right there. Um, Me and a lot of other worshippers of Hecate have a very strong thing of once you make the offering and you're done, once you look away, you can't look back. I strongly felt this tension where I can't look back. Like on my first Deathnon, I made the offering. I felt good. I texted my boyfriend hey, when you come home, you're going to see the offering outside. You can look at it, but once you break eye contact with it, don't look back at it. Just keep on pushing. Don't look back until the next day. So, but my mom ended up calling me because she needs to use our car that we share. So I had to end up driving her all the way back to go get it. And when she came to drop me off, I was so worried that she was gonna see it. Because it was fuck, I'm gonna have to explain to my mom that I'm pagan. Because my mom isn't a Catholic, a Christian woman, but she's very religious. And if she found out that I was a pagan, she would kill me. I would be dead. Let alone she finds out I worship Hades, the god of the underworld. Because Christians, they fucking believe that Hades is the god. They believe Hades is the devil. And those are two separate beings. Girl, come on. Those are two separate people. Hades is the ruler of wealth, riches, and he's the god of the underworld. He's not doing these bad punishments, nor is it Hades as a location the Christian hell. No one's burning alive down there, okay? We're all going down to Hades. We all go to hell. Literally, we all go to hell. But thank you for joining me on my Hellenistic corner, my Chthonic corner, my bad. Thank you for joining me in my Chthonic corner. There's so much more to talk about with Lady Hekate. There's so much more to talk about with the Greek gods in general. I love this shit. I love learning and researching about it. And honestly, I'm just here to share it with you guys too as I learn. So join me next time in my Chthonic corner. In this hammock, we'll talk about the Greek theoi. Bye.